Good evening, everybody. I am Latasha Williams, here to discuss the ethical violations and board discipline. So our first question is, what are the most common reasons for board to discipline a counselor, and what is your personal reaction as you read through the list? So from the 6 cases that I looked at, the most common reason was for dual relationships, sexual assaults, driving while impaired, negligence, and HIPAA violations. Oh, there was one more. Buying and selling methamphetamines and possessing drugs, paraphernalia. So the one that kind of like stunned me the most was the buying and the selling the methamphetamine and possessing the drug paraphernalia and the sexual assaults. Being that I'm already in this field, like I believe personally that if you are charged to change people's lives, to guide them to a better life, that you should not be selling drugs or possessing it, and you sure shouldn't be trying to bed the people that you try to help. I think that's just downright nasty, for a lack of a better term. I just cannot imagine. I cannot imagine. That's my reaction to that. What are some things you see when you look at the common reasons for board discipline? I see in these cases like a lack of control, a lack of confidence, trouble saying no, and just overthinking the obvious. Just go by your North Carolina General Statutes and your board, the rules that they give you in the ACA. Just do what's right. Do the next right thing. Always. And they wouldn't probably have to deal with this. So one of the cases that I was reading about was from the sexual assault. And this gentleman was from what county? Wake County. And he ended up, he was just a CAD CI. So he was an intern. So he started working for this facility, and this young lady also started working from there. And I'm guessing that he had a past in substance use, and so did she. So they started off in a casual relationship, and then they end up, having consensual sex. And she told him what she wasn't going to do, and he ended up sexually assaulting her because she said no. And as a result of that, she ended up cutting herself, which is self-harm. She had to move from the area. She had to be admitted into another facility in another state. So she did not immediately report him to the board, but she did make a report to law enforcement, which notified the board. And as a result of that, his license was permanently revoked. Like, they didn't even give him an option of renewing it within 5 years, like they have done with some of these other 6 cases that I looked up. His license are just gone. And so identify and share the ACA Code of Ethics and your state code that was violated. So that's the North Carolina General Statute section 90-113.44 A and 9. And the ACA section. When I read the ACA Code of Ethics, I didn't see anything about like co-workers having a consensual sex relationship. The only thing I saw was like supervisors are prohibited from having a relationship with supervisees, a sexual relationship. But as far as him and her, they were co-workers. So I did not see anything about that in the ACA Code of Ethics. And what was the outcome of the board discipline? Like I stated before, it was a revocation of his CAD CI license. Like, he cannot renew it. He cannot get it back. It's permanently gone. And what does the ACA Code of Ethics and your state code say about counselor impairment? So in section C, 2, and G, it says that counselors are to monitor themselves for signs of impairment from their own physical, mental, or emotional problems, and to refrain from offering or providing professional services when impaired. Okay, and what is the question that bring to mind for you? And I'm assuming it's talking about that 4, and I totally agree with that, because even burnout can be a problem. When a counselor deals with problems at home, that could be a problem. Like it impairs you, your professional decision, things that you would ordinarily do, like you're just too tired to do them. And the source that I looked up was called Empathy Fatigue, Healing the Mind, Body, and the Spirit of Professional Counselors. And that is Mark Stepanicki. So M.A. Stepanicki American Journal and Psychiatric Rehabilitation, 2007 Taylor and Francis. So this was in 2007, and it is Mark Stepanicki. And he suggests that empathy fatigue results from a state of emotional, mental, physical, and occupational exhaustion as counselors, as they continue to listen to the wounds, and their own wounds are revisited by the client's life stories. Okay, so this is what I got from the video. Hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.